Hi everyone, welcome to Rita's Book Club. To end this year, I decided to do a little Q&A about my favorite books and authors of this year. I looked online for a few questions that people usually do in these tags and adapted a few to answer. So I hope you enjoy it. So first thing first, my favorite book read in 2021. I read a lot of books this year, a lot of cool books, but I think that one of my favorites is definitely The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klane. I just can't get over that story and the magnificent writing by this author. It was truly an amazing book. Best sequel read this year. I read some pretty cool sequels, but my loyalty has to go to King of Scars and Rule of Wolves by Leigh Bardugo. I just love the Shadow and Bone and Six of Crows universe, so the latest duology just made me really, really happy, especially with the ending of some characters. It was pretty cool. New favorite author. This year I was able to discover a lot of authors, new authors that I didn't actually knew. That quickly became my favorite, especially T.J. Klane, Alexis Hall, Casey McQuiston, Alice Osman, Taylor Jenkins Reid. There are so many new authors that I discovered that I just fell in love with their writing. A book that made me cry or happy. A few stories this year made me cry. I was a bit of an emotional mess this year, but I think that They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera is still just one of those books that finished me emotionally. I was a mess while reading that book. On the other side, there were also a lot of books that made me happy, like Boyfriend Material, Red, White and Royal Blue, Cemetery Boys, the latest Aristotle and Dante book that also made me cry like a baby, but there were some cool stories that made me happy this year. Biggest surprise of the year. I got to be honest and say that stories like Daisy Jones and the Six, for example, I just can't get over the fact that this story was so well told in the form of a documentary. It was truly an interesting way to read the book, and it totally blew me away. For favorite review done in 2021, I loved all the reviews I did because I loved all the books that are reviewed, but I think there are two very special ones to me. I think the first one I did for this channel, for Monsters of Verity. I really liked those books, and it was so special to me that I started this channel with that review. But also the Aristotle and Dante review. I have been waiting a long time to review those books, and I was waiting patiently for the last book so I can do only one video, and it was amazing. I just got so overwhelmed with feelings of softness through reading that book that I think that also showed in my review. The last book being read by me in this year. The last one that I'm reading is currently The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. I've been very curious to read this one, and so far I'm liking the dynamic between the main characters, so you can probably look forward to a review next year about this one. And finally, most anticipated release for the next year. I know a lot of great books will come next year. Other books that I'm not even mentioning here and that I will discover randomly on YouTube or on Instagram, on Goodreads. But just to name a few that I'm really curious to read in continuation of some stories that I read this year and other new stories. But just to name three, Husband Material by Alexis Hall, Kiss and Tell by Adib Karyam, and Heatwave by T.J. Klane from the Extraordinary series. I'm also hoping, against all hope, that the last book of the Infinity Cycle by Adam Silvera will be released next year, and also the last one from the Dreamers trilogy, because I really, really want to do a review of those books, and I want to do a review with the 3 books. So I know I will read everything that I find, so that's something to be excited about. So I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A. And as always, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at Rita's Book Club for more content. And if you have reviews, books for me to read, please just slide into my DMs on Instagram and let me know your choices of this year. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Happy readings, and I wish you a happy new year.